So let me compare the dating apps now to on real life dating and meeting people. So I've had my friends, set me up on dates, and now I'm just a little. I always say I don't want to be set up on a date because there's an expectation. There is the expectation that, uy, let's try to make it work immediately from the offset, from day one. Uy, set up to. Uy, I'm supposed to be matched with him. There's this, but it's good that there's this optimism. But at the same time, it's over and eagerly optimistic that sometimes it supersedes everything else. Are we compatible? Can we get along? Do we have that spark? Everything. Baka you're meant to be friends, meant to be business partners, meant to be something, not necessarily romantic partners. But because you set that in your head, immediately it supersedes all of the qualifications and options. It makes you decide that, no, it's going to go this way. Wait a minute, time out, relax, don't get ahead of yourself. That's why I always tell people, if you're going to set somebody up, and I even tell my friends, if you're going to set me up on a date, please don't tell the person na lang, it's a setup. Let's just meet, get together, and introduce each other. And who knows what will happen out of that. Let it happen naturally. If there's a connection, it will happen. You don't need to force it. But if you set it up with that in mind, automatically there's this people's need to want to make something work will supersede all of the other qualifications and options and suddenly just go into the direction of a romantic relationship, even if really you're not even compatible, which you'll find out after you're together because you tried to make it work out of a need to be able to satisfy that requirement. For setups, I'd prefer na let's just get together. No expectations. No expectations. Let's get together and then introduce. And if I click with that person, I do, right? The other one is going out and meeting people. Now that's hard for a lot of people, going out and meeting people, especially for guys. Do you know how difficult it is for a guy to approach a girl? It is very hard because a lot of guys, before they approach you with that first line, they're thinking about a gazillion thoughts in their head and what they're going to say to you. Such as, what am I going to say? Should I start with a pickup line? What pickup line am I going to use? Am I even going to use a pickup line? And then when they try, then they're fumbling all over it. When they just really want to tell you that, hey, I find you very attractive, I'd like to get to know you. And then that's why for the women, I always say, please be kind and don't just reject guys outright. Don't be rude, be nice about it. They really exerted a lot of thought and effort to try to approach you, trying to look cool and everything and calm and collected, but inside they're just a bundle of mess. They're chaos all over. They're just trying to control that chaos, trying to pretend that they're suave. No, most of them are freaking nervous as hell. So for the women, for a guy to approach you, it took a lot of balls. So I'm not saying naman that, if you don't like them, that you should still give them the time of day. If you don't like them, you don't have to give them the time of day, but just be polite about it. You don't need to be rude in rejecting them, because they put in a lot of effort. Because trust me, for the women, because you don't have to be the one trying to approach the guys. You have it easy. All you have to do is bat your eyelash, look good, and make the guys come over. The good thing about that scenario of meeting people is that at least when the guy approaches, they already thought about it and they do want to meet you and they're interested to get to know you. It's immediate. Immediately, alam mo that when a guy approaches you in person, in a, whether it's a bar, it's a restaurant, it's in a public place, or he was introduced to you, or you were at a party and he approached you and talked to you, there's already that general interest that I want to get to know you better. And that's a lot stronger than any dating app. And that's the big difference. In a dating app, it's a numbers game sometimes. Oy, I find her a little bit cute. I don't know. Let me try to see. Oy, she looks interesting. She seems interesting. I'd like to get to know her better. But when I ask you out, it doesn't mean that I like you already. It just means that maybe I want to see where this is going to go. So, on the first meeting, what should you be doing, both the man and the woman? Especially for the guys. I'll tell you, for the guys, don't go into the first date trying to impress her. I like this. This is the advice my friend gave me. Sabi niya, I don't go into a date trying to impress the girl. I go into the date trying to find out if I even like the girl. So I ask a lot of questions because I'm trying to find out how much do I really like this girl and how compatible I am with this girl. At the same time, the girl should be doing the same thing. And if they're both like that, and they're both come and the good thing about that, and this is what I like about what he said, and at least if I go into that date as myself, and she doesn't find me how I am, who I really am, attractive, then at least we know. Versus me trying to put up a front, thinking I'm this, but I'm really not, and then she likes me and I'm really not that, and I'm trying to keep up with this facade, then that's not fair for me and her either. The best way is just to be yourself for both parties. That way, you'll see really if there's anything there or not. And if there's not, it's okay. You shouldn't go into a date thinking that, my God, I hope this works. No. You go into a date and see, really, do I really want this, like this person? And does this person like me, who I am? Don't be a jerk about it, but just be honest and be polite and be kind and be yourself. And that's it. If I was going to try to put everything together and ask myself that question of where do I want to end, or what do I prefer, the dating apps or real life meeting people? The real life meeting people I like because immediately when I'm in front of that person, I know if I want to get to know the person better. So at least the girl knows immediately what my intention is. On a dating app, I will say that, hey, I just matched with you because I'm curious more than anything, and let's not have any expectations. Let's just hang out and get to know each other. And that's how it should be, because you still don't know where it's going to lead. Therefore, you should be more open to all the possibilities versus just going in one direction. Aside from all the dating apps and real life dating and trying to meet your partner and everything and looking for love, I actually stopped looking for love. I stopped because I realized that the love I was always looking for from somebody else, I should be giving it to myself. And I started doing that. And I think at the end of the day, just start loving yourself more, giving yourself more of your time, more of your attention, giving yourself more of your kindness, and treating yourself out more, and just being a better version of you and improving yourself should be the number one priority. And whoever comes along, you will attract the person that comes along that has that vibe that can complement you, not complete you. And that's where I'm at right now, because I don't believe that looking for love will ever give you the right kind of love, versus loving yourself and letting that love for yourself attract the right kind of love to complement you and not to complete you.